It did a wiggle, a dip, a kick and a bow, followed by a hop and a spin. And the crowd said, "Wow!"
Hello and welcome to Represented, storybooks and more for African kids. And in fact, it's our very first episode. So let me introduce myself. My name is Tonye Ekezie, and I am your lead host on today's episode. But I am not doing this alone. I have my handsome, wonderful, super son, Ugo Ekezie here. Ugo, say hello.
Which is the co-host, Ugo Ekezie Ephraim. Hello.
So you can see, I think it's going to be a funny episode. Now let's tell you a little bit of our aim doing this podcast. Our aim is to shine a light on the amazing content out there by African authors and content makers that feature African characters. At Simone's Oasis, our motto is empowering the African child through entertainment. And so with our Represented podcast, we make it easy for parents to discover books and more that have their children fully represented because #representation matters. So with all that said, let's introduce you to our amazing, wonderful, awesome guest right here in the studio with us. So let me tell you something about him first. His name is Oladele Olafuyi. Dele is a dad to a 2-year-old boy. His most important job, I think.
He makes
called Ire, and a husband to a wonderful Ugandan queen. I love that. Louisa. He is a marketing professional with over 10 years of experience working in various marketing roles with FMCG companies and in fintech. Dele studied at the University of Cambridge's Judge Business School, where he earned his MBA degree. He is also a proud alumnus of the University of Ibadan, where he graduated in 2008. Dele's passion for changing the narrative around Africans around the world motivated him to create Kunda Kids, a publishing and creative media studio that illuminates African stories through books, songs, animations, and games. Outside of work, Dele loves to play tennis, piano, and watching sports. Welcome, Dele, to the studio.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me, Tonye and Ugo.
So, Ugo, you were about to say something when I was reading Dele's bio.
I was about to say that all these books that says Kunda
Kids
over here, the guest is the one that made it.
Yeah, that's like super exciting. So, Ugo mentioned Kunda Kids. What is Kunda Kids?
Thank you very much. Thanks, Ugo. Kunda Kids is we're a publishing company first, but beyond that, we're a company that focuses on creating African stories through books, through songs, animations, and games. And right now at Kunda Kids, we've just been writing books because there's a big lack of representation in children's books and not so many African stories out there. Mm-hmm. And we really want to change the narrative because children, it's through books. That's their first avenue in exploring the world, right? And when children's literature doesn't have the right diversity, kids begin to think this is how the world is. Mm-hmm. Maybe Africa is actually not important, if there are not enough books that talk about Africa. And that's what we're doing at Kunda Kids, to change this narrative. That's what Kunda Kids is about.
So that sounds like a huge endeavor.
It is.
But obviously you're breaking it down into different avenues. So what are the stories out there? What can we look for right now? I know you have a lot of plans for the future, but for example, Ugo's been enjoying a couple of your books we have at home. So let's let people know what exactly is around right now, where they can, the books especially that are available.
So I think Kunda Kids, because of this picture over here, I think Kunda Kids is about African black people having fun.
Fantastic. I love that.
Yeah, that's spot on. And I'll tell you a little about that. When we were studying Kunda Kids, we wanted to write stories that would introduce kids to African history. But history is a difficult topic to teach a lot of times, and it's also important content is age appropriate. So we did a lot of research, and one thing that came out strong was kids just want to have fun. So we're like, you know what? Forget about every single thing. Let's just write fun stories and let these stories introduce kids to little bits and pieces, you know, when it comes to Africa and history. And I'm glad Ugo brought that up, that this book looks like a lot of fun.
Yes, I think people can't see right now
Yes.
the illustrations and the book covers, but they're really colorful, vibrant, and engaging. They kind of entice the child and the parents who kind of want to open it up.
Yes, yes. And to answer your question, so when we started writing books, we wrote a book series called Africa's Little Kings and Queens.
That's the one.
For all the little kings and queens in our lives. We want them to know there's a lot of greatness when it comes to African history. There's a lot of great role models that they could look up to. People that did a lot in terms of transforming the lives of their people, saving their people, impacting their community. So the series is called Africa's Little Kings and Queens, and there's 7 books in that series.
Wow.
That showcase 3 African kings and 4 African queens.
Okay, quickly, list them.
So one is
Let's see which ones we know. Ugo,
Queen
when you
Moremi from Nigeria,
Yeah, I know that one.
King Alberi.
from Senegal. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So there's Shakazulu. The book is Shakazulu Learns to Dance from Shakazulu is from South Africa. There's Queen Kitami from Uganda. The book is Queen Kitami Makes Friends. There's Queen Ya Saves the Golden Stool, about Ya Asantewaa from Ghana.
From Ghana, yeah.
There's Mansa Musa Builds a School.
You know who Mansa Musa
Yeah.
is.
Very rich.
Yes.
Yes, exactly. Not just very rich,
richest
but the
man
richest
that
man
ever lived.
in the history of the world.
Yeah.
Yes. And there's Queen Amina. So there's a book
I
that
think
we
I
have
have that
Queen
one.
Amina and the Zazao Games. You do?
I think I have that one.
I can't even keep up. We try and we try and make sure that we have kind of a robust collection at home, and we really like to make sure that it's actual real people characters and not black
Yes.
people being represented as animals. So, just quickly before we move on, what are the plans? What should we be looking for in the future? What's coming up? We're reaching the end of 2021, about to start 2022. Kunda Kids, man, what's going to be happening?
Yeah. 2022 is going to be huge, right? Because there's a lot that we're working on. First, books. There's some amazing books that we have in the pipeline. It's, you know, and every book that we have has a story behind it. As
A
like,
real
you know,
story.
Yeah. You know, there's backstory, you know, maybe about a culture or an event. So everything we write has a real story or something that represents our culture in a way. So that one, of course, more books. 2 is we're looking to launch our Kunda Kids app. And it's going to be a place where kids are going to have fun. Like, you know, on the Kunda Kids app, you should be able to find a bedtime story every night and all of that, because we want kids to be able to enjoy rich content. So you could have read, you know, a nice African story to your child every night. There's going to be music. We're going to release our first album next year.
Wow.
It's an album of nursery rhymes, but you know, in it
With our
really,
twist.
with a twist.
With a twist of making it be like Big Kids Nursery Rhymes.
Yes, Big Kids Nursery Rhymes, but with an African twist. So it's going to be more of our flavor of this.
But I don't
if you
think
want.
that's possible.
Oh, well, just look out for it and you'll know that it's possible. So let's move on, because we mentioned one of the titles, which is Shakazulu Learns to Dance. And I remember this story from your launch.
Yeah.
And it kind of reminds me of me. So the title of the book that is about to be read is called Shakazulu Learns to Dance, and Ugo and Dele are going to read it together. So how the format is that you take one page, he takes the next page, and hopefully we will reach the end in one piece.
Should I take first page?
Yes, please do it.
Meet Shakazulu, a great warrior and powerful king. The Zulu emperor spread far and wide under him.
The empire was vast and filled with animals, big and small. There were so many lions, lizards, and buffaloes all across the land that Shaka couldn't count them all.
Shaka was strong, strict and brave. With him in charge, the people always behaved. Just look at his might, just look at his stance. There was only one problem. Shaka could not dance.
Zulu people are known for their great moves. They can shimmy, shake, and really move to the groove.
The leaders in the nearby kingdoms knew the latest dance moves. Shaka was the only king who couldn't get with the tunes.
At parties, he tried to follow along, but he danced like he couldn't hear the song. His arms and legs will go all wonky. Some people joked and said he danced like a donkey.
All the laughing and pointing made Shaka feel very sad. He didn't have the dancing skills everyone else seemed to have.
In 2 days, it will be the Zulu Disco. And as the king of the land, Shaka had to go. The pressure was on. He needed to find a beat. Any beat that could work with his 2 left feet.
The next day, on a walk through the town, the king heard a sound. Bang, 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 bang. It was very loud.
He followed the noise and found his friend Sandile drumming on a drum with her twin sister Andile. They played a boom, a pap, a tip, and a pap. Shaka did the guara guara and then he did a flip.
He raised his leg and stomped it down, then moved his hips round and round.
Sandile said, "My king, I see you like my bits. It's quite unique how you move your feet." Shaka felt shy and said, "Don't mind me. Please ignore my little prance. Your music is great, but I know I can't dance."
And Dele said, "Those are the best moves I've seen in a while. You can be yourself. Everyone has their own style. Don't compare yourself to other people. When the music starts, we are all equal."
Shaka walked home feeling confident that his own style was unique. Soon he stopped saying that he had 2 left feet.
The day arrived and the time to party was finally here. Everyone came together with glee and cheer.
Shaka arrived and took a deep breath, ready to put his moves to the test.
Usually he would hide, but today he was front and center, smiling and waving at everyone as he entered.
He did a wiggle, a dip, a kick and a bow, followed by a hop and a spin. And the crowd said, "Wow!"
Shaka's moves were the same, but now he had confidence, so he enjoyed dancing in front of an audience. In the end, he had so much fun, and his moves became a signature Zulu dance, enjoyed by everyone.
Shaka learned that we're all created different, and confidence in yourself is what makes you magnificent.
The end. Well, that was just a wonderful reading by both of you. Thank you so much. Ugo, what did you think of the book? 'Cause I know this is actually the first time you've read the book.
Shakazulu.
What did you think?
Well, at first when I saw this book, I thought Shakazulu was a girl.
Oh no, Shakazulu was very much a boy who became a man, a warrior.
Yes. So when you look at the illustration of Shakazulu, the inspiration was taken from the Zulu warriors. You know, they have this outfit, kind of like a leopard
the
print.
leopard print.
And then they wear something that is kind of like
A girl skirt.
yeah, I don't know if it's like a skirt or, you know, it's just something. So we took inspiration from that. And we also decided to make the outfit a lot cooler by adding the black
Just add your own flavor to it.
Just to make it really cool.
Well, I just think that was really fun, enjoyable book. I'm going to read it again and again with the kids, and I'm going to read it with Simone as well. Simone is my daughter, for those of you who don't know, and Ugo's sister. So, we're out of time, guys.
Oh, no.
So that's unfortunately all we have. I'd like to thank our guest, Dele Olafuyi, for sharing this time with us. You can find Dele and Kunda Kids
We're at Kunda Kids everywhere on social media. You can check our website www.kundakids.com to learn more.
How many W's again?
3 W's.
There was 4.
That's KUNDAKIDS.
Fantastic. And you can find us, that's myself, Tonye Falogi and Ugo AKC at Simone's Oasis on all social media. Thank you, and hear you, see you, we'll be with you next time on Represented Storybooks and More for African Kids.
Black.
Yes.
Kids.
Yes.
African.
Yes. Kids.
Kids.
Bye.
Kids. Wow.